Hi everyone, Gomer here. Welcome to City Skylines 2. This is a city building game that came out in 2023, so it is a few years old now. We are going to be starting a new game here today without any mods. I just wanted to stop and let everybody know before we get started. I am not using any mods. And so we're going to go ahead and click new game. I'm going to go ahead and go with easy mode. Normally I would be up for more of a challenge, but I am after the no map tile upkeep. If it's the ports and stuff update, as I unlock tiles for water and fishing, I don't want to have to pay a ton of extra money to do so. I'm going to choose Ribbon Isles as part of the new ports and update. I've chosen it because of the abundance of natural resources. The name that I'm going to go with is Port Union. That actually goes back to a little bit of history with me and where I used to live, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But I did use AI to help with that name, so I'm not going to claim full credit for that. I also chose this map for the climate. I like the fact that it's going to snow. That's an aspect of the game that I kind of really like, so I made sure to keep that included here in Port Union. First thing I like to do when I join into a world is I like to hit pause. If there's no progression to be made, there's no reason to keep the world rolling. So we'll take a layout here of what we got going on. We have our main road connection coming in. We have an electrical connection coming in from the outside so we can sell electricity, which I fully plan on utilizing. We'll go ahead and open our natural resources tab here. And this will allow us to look at, land fertility, the ores around us, and of course the trees. There is oil in the water out here, which is going to be something I've never messed with before. Offshore drilling, and then fish population out here. We're going to do a bunch of fish farms and stuff as well. So, a huge port town, a lot of hustle and bustle, a lot of action is going to be coming to Port Union. Opening our electricity tab, we can check our wind flow here, and we can check and see if we can make enough electricity. And we can, so we are definitely going to use that free electricity. Open our water tab, and we can check the flow and direction of water, and it is all inwards towards shore, which is good for pollution. That way we don't spread it when we try to have an intake in the future. So I can tell you guys that I don't care for this road layout, so that's probably the first thing that I'm going to change. I'm going to draw it out more towards the shoreline here, build a bunch of quays out here. So that's probably the first thing I'm going to do. Probably going to start by hitting you guys with a time lapse here. My plan is to build more out towards this direction here, as I'm going to build a bridge across in the future. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so welcome back. So this is obviously the general layout of roads. I kept our main connection coming in here, and I'm going to eventually shoot that across with a highway, but this will be our main our main setup of roads, our main layout, is what I meant to say there. But I kind of wanted to keep it from being grid, from being just your normal boring straight pattern. But one thing I wanted to kind of include you guys in was setting up our electrical industry, our electrical grid. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. In this top right corner, I think, is where I'm just going to do my entire commercial industry, jobs, all that kind of stuff, factories and whatnot. So we're going to start with dirt roads. They don't need a ton of space because at the end of the day, it's for the working men of the world, guys like me. So we can go ahead and connect this to the highway, and then from here we will make a little bit of a grid pattern, and it doesn't bother me as much when you get into the industrial section, guys. I could care less more about this area as far as keeping it pretty. It's going to be polluted, so there's not really a reason to. We'll go ahead and I think draw one more line through here just to break up some of those grid pattern. Don't want it to all be the same squares all the way across, so go ahead and put a transformer down here. That way we can sell electricity to the outside world. I think that's going to be a big part of our revenue starting here in Port Union. So that was really difficult snapping. But now we can go ahead and place our wind turbines, which will generate us free electricity after we make these payments. Very low upkeep, very low cost. So really a benefit and very low pollution. We got to set up our water and sewage connections. So I like to use the water pumping station. I know a lot of people like the water towers. I think the water pumping station is more beneficial if you can build closer to the water, and I like the challenge of building closer to the water anyway. So double benefit for me. So go ahead and connect this to the main road. I'm being blocked out by some of those identifiers, so change my angle there. And then we're going to put sewage on the other side, and as I said earlier, with the water flow flowing inwards, it kind of allows us to really trap this pollution in here, and that way we're not spreading it into our intake. We've upgraded here to milestone 1, so on the progression panel we've unlocked some money and some tiles, so good deal, and we can go ahead and connect this road as well, and then that way our city will have adequate sewage. Perfect. And that's exactly what we need. And still, that is not a bad start, not a bad set of roads, not a bad layout. So we go ahead and unlock advanced road services. I think is always the best benefit. And in the bottom left, I think, I've got 4 more to spend, so I think we're going to unlock highways and probably large roads as well. Would be the 2 that I'm going to go for, because obviously in a city planning and a city building game, city management game, I think roads is one of the most crucial things to unlock. So I'm looking at our tab at the bottom here. I think we're going to click on the money tab, that way we can take a look. We are in the red right now, which is not good. We do not want any loans, but we can go ahead and raise taxes. And I know that that's controversial, guys. I'm not going to get into politics here. That's not what this is for. This is a video game. But I'm going to go ahead and raise taxes because I think that's going to be a main source of our income to pay for things like this medical clinic that we're about to put down, because our people are obviously going to need medical treatment, guys. It's a big deal in this game. If you do not have the medical, people will not stick around. They don't want to be sick. So go ahead and place that down there. And obviously we have to deal with the deceased, so I think putting a cemetery down is probably going to be smart to start here. So we'll go ahead and place that there. And this is why we needed to raise taxes, guys. We got to be able to pay for these things. So and we can go ahead and I think start zoning here, and obviously low density housing is eventually will move into medium, but low density to start I think is going to be your crucial, it's going to be key. So we'll push it all along these sides side edges here, and then along this main strip road on the other side, I think we'll build all of our shops. Um, so we will start putting those all along, and then we will go back to residential, and we can put down some more because we will need way more housing as Port Union begins to grow here. So go ahead and make all of this residential, low density. And in this section 2, we'll probably, might as well do the whole thing. All right. And we will obviously need industrial, because these guys do need jobs, commercial industry. Definitely making sure people have a place to work, or they won't stick around. We can go ahead and click play here, I think, and we will begin to let things develop. I think we'll just give you a little bit of background here on Port Union for me. So I grew up in the city of Toronto, Ontario. We're going to speed things up here. I like to, in developing stages, definitely speed it up. I grew up in the city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I'm really impressed with how that input's coming through. But there's no cars for the people that are coming in, which is strange, but I digress. I grew up in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, a major city, and in Toronto, there's a major hub called Union Station. We're already getting demand for medium density, so we're going to plop some of that down here. But Union Station is a main train station, a main hub. It connects to, buses, subways, all that kind of stuff. So a little bit of a correlation for me whenever I saw that name come up in AI. I kind of knew that was the one, so... we put some of our medium density in the middle there along the main road, and I think the purpose of that, guys, is that's going to be kind of our downtown main core, which will then connect to the bridge, is my thought there, that I plan on building across to the other side where there's future plans, and I don't want to spoil what my vision is there, so you'll just kind of have to stay tuned to figure that out. I think we're at a crucial stage of development here, guys, as people are kind of beginning to make their way into Port Union, and the population is really kind of beginning to grow, and we just see the money flow into the green. So we're actually going to start in the positive here due to the amount of electricity we're selling. But I think one of the next things I want to look at that we unlocked is highways. So because I don't really like the main connection coming in to Port Union, and what I'm looking for is 4-lane 2-way highway. So I think we are going to look at replacing this main stretch here with actual highway. It will go ahead and speed things up. I don't really plan on building anything out here anyways, so I think that's going to be in Port Union's best benefit. The faster that people can get in and out of the city, the better off it'll be, especially as it's an industry. So very big benefit there. But the one caveat to this is, guys, that the electrical connections and stuff, they obviously run under the ground, and when you switch it to a highway, they don't have that stuff, so you're going to have to manually connect it. So go ahead and connect our electricity. We will go ahead and click play, and the first thing I'm noticing is I forgot something. If you go to the water tab, you have to connect your sewage and water, so because those also run underneath the ground. So we're going to go ahead and get those connected to snap point to each other. Go ahead and click play again, and perfect. Those icons disappeared, which means we should be all good. Hope eventually we don't create a choke point there, but if we do, we'll deal with it when the time comes. So I'm really happy with this traffic flow here and how this roundabout is handling it. Oh, and we have unlocked a rock musician mansion. So that is really good for tourists and population, so growth. So I think we're just going to go ahead and place that down. There's no reason to kind of sit and wait for that sort of thing. So absolutely a benefit. So perfect. And we are at a crucial growth and development stage here, guys. So awesome, good stuff. Population is in a good place, growing. Money is in a good place. We are in the green, as you can see. Our monthly balance is good. We have no loans. Taxes have been, they've risen a little bit, but you got to pay for services and stuff here in Port Union. And even the happiness, as you can see, they're claiming spacious homes. And they do claim high taxes, but overall happiness is still very good. So I think we're at a stage, guys, where I'm going to have to hit you with another time lapse because I don't want to bore you to death while we get some development and growth. So we'll be back shortly. Alright, I hope you guys didn't mind another time lapse. I didn't want to bore you guys to death. I know that was a, kind of a very boring transition, waiting for houses to develop and grow. But I wanted to show you guys we have more demand for low residential housing, so we are going to go ahead and plop some more of that. Before I can even get it down, guys, we've upgraded to a small village. We've unlocked some more money and we have some more rewards. So we're going to take a look at the progression panel. Look, we've got another signature building available. We've also unlocked medium density housing, education and research. So we have schools and stuff unlocked. So, which is a big deal for Port Union and the growth. So, but again, we had low density requests. So I think we're going to go ahead and pop some more of that down so we can get some further development. And they are going to continue to ask for it, guys. Eventually, we will not be able to keep up. So, but let's not forget we had that extra signature building. This time it is a shop, so we're going to go ahead and plop it down there. I think Port Union's in a really good place here, guys. But I think we're going to have to wrap it up on this episode, and you guys will have to stay tuned and see what we've got in store. We'll catch you guys in the next one.